All right. So there are definitely some things I've learned from the last videos I've made. I'm newer to this kind of video style, and I'm grateful for the learning. I'm glad that you guys are with me as I learn. Today, I made this video already, but I need it in horizontal landscape mode as well, so it doesn't show up as a short, so I can make it a little bit longer and a little bit better. But all around, so today I kind of wanted to talk about lust. I feel like it's something that a lot of men definitely struggle through, and it's something that it's very easy to think about what it is on the outside, but it goes in depth a lot more. And I've realized that in my journey tackling lust, my wife, when we were together, I was baptized, I was ready to take on the world, I was ready to be married, but I had a good couple months and then I fell back really hard. In that time, I was lying to my wife, I was lying to myself, saying it wasn't an addiction, and I was doing stuff. I was doing stuff behind her back and lying to her about it. And when I finally came clean to her and told her about it, because of how convicted I was feeling, it was pretty far on into our pregnancy with my first daughter. And it hurt her so much, and she lost all trust for me, and I didn't think I was ever going to get her trust back. It was a very rough time in our relationship that ultimately ended up causing her to leave, to go to one of our family members' houses, and she left me. And if I didn't have a coming to Jesus kind of moment, then I want to be the father, I want to be the man, and I want to be the person all around that I am today, because of a bunch of different situations that God has lined up in my life. So one of the things with lust is I would think, so I was reading a book called As Man Thinketh, and in the book there's a piece in it that talks about how every man is the master cultivator of their soul. And he talks about how every thought is a seed, and every seed could grow up into something else. It ultimately grows into sin, it ultimately grows into fruits of the Spirit. So when you have a lustful thought and you don't think too much of it, but you didn't take that thought captive by Jesus, you didn't take that thought captive and know that it's not from you, it will grow into, she has a nice butt, it'll grow into much more, and it will ultimately lead into a sin. And I lied to myself constantly. I figured out now, it's one of the ways that the enemy tricks you into thinking it. He'll get you to do one thing, and then he'll say in the back of your mind, like, oh, you did this, why not this? Oh, you did this, keep on doing it, like, what's wrong with this? Until that seed grows and grows and grows into a point that you finally rip it out. But there's so many other seeds being planted that you just need to take control of it. I realized that no matter who you're with, even if you're single, if you're doing that kind of stuff, and if you have a significant other, then you are unknowingly comparing the two. Even if you don't think you are, you are. I've learned to grow it, and it's something that's been really eye-opening for me, realizing how much love my wife had for me and how she only had eyes for me. But I was stuck in kind of a mindset of men will be men, and I started to realize that I don't want to be like other men. I want to be a godly man. And how many other godly men do we know on this earth? Charlie, he was a beautiful soul, and he's someone I look up to, and I didn't realize how much I looked up to him until his passing, unfortunately. But I really believe that Jesus was the ultimate, like, gentle, masculine man, and he's someone we should always look forward to and to growing into. But it's a little daunting at times. Some things I did that helped me really out with lust was I made up a game in my mind called Heads. And while I'm working my part-time job, I would just randomly think heads. And I'd try to think heads as many times as I can during the day. And I'd go and I'd look at all the heads. I'd look head level at everybody I see. And after a while, it started making me really just train on the head, because I thought there was no way I was going to be able to stop my eyes from looking at features of other my brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, it was very, very weird. Those thoughts are so I just need to take him captive. Now my life has completely changed, and it's changed because of Jesus and how much he's impacted my life. And I can say So my wife actually came up to me and said that she trusts me more than she ever has. And that gave me the shivers, and it made me so happy, because there was a time I didn't think I was ever going to regain her trust back, because it felt like every little thing I did kept ruining it, and I didn't think it was ever going to work until one day it just kind of did. And another thing I do is whenever I have those thoughts is I take my favorite Bible verse. Most of the time it's Isaiah 41:10. And you just repeat it over and over in your mind, just constantly. And it's something that really, truly has helped. There's there's something I read that said, men will fall down 7 times, but it's up to us to get back up. And it's not all entirely like, you're not going to fall exactly 7 times, I don't think, but it's all about getting back up and trusting God and trusting Jesus, and just becoming a better version of us that we can be for our friends and family. And eventually, it just kind of really works out. It's weird how it is, but those are some tips I have for you guys when it comes to taking on lust. And you're not alone in this journey. Having some crazy stuff, being sexually assaulted when I was very, very young, and growing up watching it and just being around it from the very, very young age. I didn't think it was going to be something I was ever able to take on, but here we are. I love you guys. Thank you for everything you guys do for me. I love just being here and explaining my story for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. If I was relatable to you guys in any way, please subscribe, like the button for more, and let's do this journey together.